Hey there, what's happening? This is Eric.
And Victoria.
And we are coming at you live from beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. And tonight we are discussing, are you proactive? Especially in your business, are you proactive? Now, most of us would love to think that we're proactive, but we want to give you a tool to help you assess how proactive you are. Now, this all comes from the 7 habits of highly effective people. And we were just talking about that last week. And that's one of the 7 habits. That's actually the first habit, be proactive. And so we all think that we should be proactive,
we
right?
all think that.
And many of us think that we are proactive, but how proactive are we?
Now
really?
We're going to find out.
So we want to make you self-aware of how proactive you actually are. And so Stephen Covey, who is one of the most renowned leaders in terms of business development, helping people, personal development, improvement, and all of that great stuff, especially in the 80s and the 90s. And what we're trying to do is apply some of his principles to the area of being an entrepreneur and especially network marketing. So we want to help people to take their businesses and take those businesses online. And so let's look at the whole issue of how proactive are you really, right? So he has a tool called the circle of concern. Now, the circle of concern is all of those things that you might possibly be concerned about. Things that you might deal with on a daily basis in your life. You might be concerned about your family, your spouse, your finances. There are larger concerns, the economy, potential for war. All of those things can create concerns in your life. So that's the circle of concern. So that's the large circle. Anything that might pop up on your screen of concern falls into the circle of concern.
That makes sense.
Now there's another circle that falls inside of the circle of concern, and that's called the circle of influence. And that's everything that you have power to influence. That's everything that you might work on to change to the benefit or towards achieving your goals, right? So that is the circle of influence. Now, here's the thing. What do you think proactive people tend to focus on? If you said the circle of influence, you get a gold star.
Yay!
Proactive people focus on the circle of influence. Those are those things that they actually have an ability to affect. Reactive people, what do you think they focus on? They focus on the circle of concern outside of the circle of influence. So they tend to focus on things that they can't really influence, but they still worry about it.
They can't control it. They can't do anything about it.
You ever heard the saying, don't worry about things you can't control?
Yeah.
Well, those are the reactive people. They focus on those things that they can't control, and guess what? They get absolutely nothing done.
Zilch.
Now, here's the thing. The psychological makeup of the proactive person tends to have a lot of, what type of energy do you think? Would it be positive or negative? Right. If you said positive energy, you are absolutely right. Proactive people have positive energy, and that energy is actually contagious. You know, when a proactive person sets about to get things done, what happens? They tend to be very influential to other people because emotions are transferable.
They sure are.
If you have a lot of positive energy, guess what's going to happen to your circle of influence? Do you think it's going to expand or contract?
Kind of like a rubber band.
It's going to expand, definitely. That circle of influence is going to put a larger shadow on that circle of concern. But what happens to people that are reactive? They feel like they don't have that much power, and as a result, they don't influence many people at all, right?
They don't get the job done.
Or they influence them in a bad way, right?
Negative.
All of that negative energy, right? And so
that's contagious too.
Actually, absolutely. So what happens to their circle of influence? Does it expand or contract? It probably contracts, right?
If it's negative, it needs to.
Negative needs to contract, right? So let's, one thing that you can do to really assess whether you're proactive or reactive is if you just start listening to some of the things you say out loud.
Whoa.
As my wife always says, life and death is in the power of the tongue, right?
It is.
So if you start catching yourself in some of the things you're saying, it'll reveal whether you're proactive or reactive.
Uh-oh.
So Stephen Covey says the type of people that say these things tend to be reactive, or they're using reactive language, right? So if they say, you know what, nothing I can do about it, right? That's kind of reactive, right? You're taking yourself out of the equation and saying,
negative.
Hey, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Or if you say, that makes me so mad, right? And that's a sign of frustration. And frustration is a sign of feeling, hey, there's nothing I can do about it. So you're right back at square one. You're thinking there's nothing I can do about it. So guess what you do? Absolutely nothing. Right?
Zilch.
Or they say, I have to do this, or I have to do that, right? And so they're limiting themselves. And again, that is a very reactive stance.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now let's look at some proactive statements. One proactive statement is, hey, let's look at the alternatives. Again, the person is being very positive.
Options and choices.
The energy is positive.
Yeah.
And it goes with the belief that if you apply your energy in the right way, you can accomplish things. And again,
awesome. That's
we're
positive.
Focusing on things that we can accomplish. Right?
Positive energy.
Let's choose a different alternative, right? Again, the focus is on being positive, and it's on making a choice, making a decision.
I like that.
Proactive.
I like that.
Proactive. Again, positive energy, the belief that we have power to get things done, and applying that power. Pretty powerful, right?
Very powerful.
How about
Got a punch to it.
How about I control my feelings? Oh my gosh, how powerful is that?
That's everything right there. If you can control your feelings, that's half the battle in life.
How about saying that's a great affirmation?
It is
You think
awesome.
about it.
Yeah.
I control my feelings.
Yeah, I
right?
love it.
How about if you say that with passion? I control my feelings. If you control your feelings, that's 90% of the battle right
Honey,
there.
That's 99% half the battle.
So you can apply that to any situation in the world.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know what? You may want to use that when you think about the people you spend the most time with.
People that get on your nerves, people that get on your last nerve, people that you really want to touch and impact. It's all up to you up here.
Think about the people that you really hang out with. Are they proactive or are they reactive?
Yeah, really, how are they rubbing off on you?
Are they always bitching and moaning about what they don't like without offering any solutions?
That's right.
Do they always have problems and
Drama. There's some people that always have drama. Wherever they go, the drama's not on the stage, it's in their life.
Whoa.
Always. They attract drama. And I think actually they like having drama in their life.
There are a lot of
Stay away from those kind of folks.
there are a lot of people that are just addicted to the D word, that drama word.
Yeah, we stay away from it. Eric and I do not deal drama. We don't even want it. Even in our family, we don't deal with drama.
See, our number one rule is if you come with a problem, you need to have a solution attached, right?
Got it.
That's a non-thinker. That's a non-thinker that's always talking about problems and never has a solution.
Or creating problems. They are the drama.
Or what if they have a weak solution and don't ever do anything to try to affect that solution? Wow.
Wow.
So the thing is, evaluate yourself. How productive am I on a daily basis? How productive am I? How are my thoughts? Are my thoughts positive? Are my thoughts proactive? Or are they reactive? Keep in mind that reactive people tend to be frustrated. They tend to always blame. They tend to be very accusatory. They're always accusing other people for problems. And they view themselves as victims. If you know someone that has a martyr syndrome, they're very, very
They're
reactive.
always sick. They're dying on their last deathbed. everything is going wrong in their life, that's a reactive personality.
And you think about it.
Yeah.
How can a proactive person be depressed?
They can't.
See, you can't be.
You can't be.
It just does. It's like oil and water. They don't mix.
No, they don't.
You know, if somebody is always finding solutions and taking problems and flipping those problems on the head and creating solutions, that person can't be depressed. So think about your business, especially if you're an entrepreneur
Or a leader.
or a leader,
Hopefully you're thinking yourself as a leader. Yeah.
especially a network marketer.
Yeah, definitely.
You got other people following you. And as you come across
right.
problems, you had better come across solutions very quickly.
You got to be a problem solver for those people.
And you know,
And for yourself.
as a
leader.
The number one killer in network marketing teams is if a leader takes problems down to their downline.
That is so true. And I've seen
my
legs,
goodness.
I've seen businesses crash
Destroyed.
and burn. Yeah.
Destroyed. You know, first thing happens, the leader hears a rumor and starts spreading that down to his team. And before he knows it, looks around, he or she looks around, doesn't have a team left.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened to my team? Well, you're always spreading negativity to your team.
Reactive personality.
So what do you do with problems? You take the problems to your upline,
That's right.
but you always attach solutions. You don't just go to your upline with problems
And complaining.
and complaining.
They're not there to be a doormat and your therapist.
The same way, if you've got a mentor, protege relationship, you're the protege, they're the mentor, and you've got a problem to take to your mentor, attach a solution. Hey, you know
Two heads
what?
are better than one.
You know, this is the situation. This is what I think should be done. Tell me, I'd like to get your feedback. Am I on the right track?
That's how you handle it.
It's a great way to do business.
That is a great way. Awesome. Definitely. That way you're not being reactive up or down. And when you take it up, you're giving solutions, and then you're pulling your solutions together and working with your upline to solve it. Versus just going there and complaining, yeah, 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 yeah. We all know people like that. Come on now, I'm not alone.
We do. I tell you, it's a shame, but
It's a
hey,
cancer.
it's a cancer, and
It's
it
contagious.
spreads. It's very contagious. Oh my gosh. So with that, guys, if you like the information we're providing, if you find value, please feel free to share this
Please
with
do.
your team. If you're a leader, feel free to share it with your team. Also, if you like the information we're providing, feel free to, in the comments, just leave the word info and we will get back to you.
Please do that.
And so with that, this is Eric and Victoria saying, hope you're having a great evening. If not, let's make it one.
It's your choice. And
Let's
remember,
be proactive.
Proactive. Remember, success always prevails.